Good morning, come on in. It's time to talk business. Hello, welcome. I want to make something clear for those of you guys who are very confused. Your content should be making you money, okay? I said what I said. Listen, we spend way too much time on these apps to not be getting paid. We spend way too much time on these apps to not be getting paid. Some of you guys are on here all day and you're not making a dime. When you post, no money. When you go live, no money. That's a problem, and we have to fix it today. I also want you ladies to understand, good morning, you should be generating income while you're asleep. Yes, you should. Listen, we're building generational wealth, okay? We're going to move the financial ladder. We're going to climb the financial ladder, okay? You need to be making money while you're asleep. If you are not doing that, that is a problem. I'm manifesting a life for you where you wake up good morning and you're already sitting in deposits. We gotta fix it today. Ladies, you only need one digital product in your store. A lot of you guys get overwhelmed and you overthink because you need 50 products. No, that's not true. You only need one. And that one product to create and sell will literally change your entire life. How do I know that? Because my digital product business changed mine. Ladies, when I first started 6 years ago, I lost over 100 pounds, okay? I learned how to eat right and I learned how to exercise. And what I did was I took that knowledge and turned it into an ebook. And I started selling that ebook on YouTube to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight. So I don't care what it is that you sell, you need to start selling it. There is something that you already know how to do, and that's what you should be monetizing. But the reason why you're not is because you live in fear. Good morning. You live in fear. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you're doing right now. That's what you've been doing. You're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of trying something new. You're so fearful of people talking about you. And that fear that you refuse to let go is the very fear that is keeping you trapped. But haven't you noticed that fear doesn't get you anywhere? Haven't you noticed? Because the business idea that you have is still not being done. You're still not following through. You still lack confidence. You still haven't built discipline. You still don't even believe in yourself. That's a problem, ladies, and we have to fix it today. It is 2026. New year, new, right? That's what you said. That's what you said. So let's fix it so we can finally live our dream life. Now, what I want to know is this. Good morning. Who on this line is fed up of their own BS? If that's you, go ahead and put me in the chat. And what I mean by that is you're tired of always giving up. You're tired of telling yourself what you can't do. You're tired of feeling overwhelmed and drained. You're tired of all of that. You're tired of it. If that is you, I need you to put a me in the chat because I want to know who I'm talking to morning. I also want to know who on this live good morning is fed up of living paycheck to paycheck. You did that in 2025 and you want more. You want more. If that is you, go ahead and put me in the chat. And I also want to know who on this live has no clue as to what the heck a digital product is. If you don't know or you only know a little bit of something, go ahead and put me in the chat. Very good, Brit Brat, because I'm going to teach you. Very Sarah. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning. Happy Saturday, okay? My name is Coach Jazz, and I teach women how to build their online business. And that's what we're going to do today. But most importantly, ladies, I also teach you how to build yourself. You got things going on in this pretty head of yours that is keeping you trapped. You are getting in your own way. We gotta fix you, okay? The fear, the limiting beliefs, the lack of confidence, the lack of priorities, the lack of boundaries. We have to fix you, okay? And that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of information on this live. It'll be in your best interest to take notes. Because if I know anything about you, you're human and you forget. You always do. Ain't nothing gonna change. So, write things down this morning. Take notes so that when you do forget, you still refer back to those notes and get the work done, okay? Also, last thing, the key word of this live is execution. Go ahead and write this down. Put this at the top of the paper. Execution. This means we have to do it. See, you like to write stuff down. You like to talk about it. You like to manifest about it. You like to dream about it. You like to watch about it, but you don't actually do it. You know how you go to work and execute the job so you can get a paycheck? Yeah. I'm going to need you to start executing the plan so you get the results, okay? So the key word is execution. We got to do it, ladies. We have to do it. If you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat, because if you're ready to learn, I am ready to teach. Also, make sure you guys are interacting with this live. The more we like, comment, and share, the more TikTok and YouTube will push this live to more women. They're tired of living paycheck to paycheck too. Good morning. They are tired of always giving up on themselves. I can't do the mirror on YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTubers. Y'all gonna be backwards. Y'all gonna be backwards on YouTube. I'm sorry. Just let me do that on TikTok. So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others. Good morning. So start double tapping the screen, like, comment, and share. Okay? Let's go ahead and get good morning. Happy Saturday. So what is a digital product and how will build the business? A digital product is something you do not have physical possession of. All right? So think of a movie on Netflix. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession. It's all out in the cloud somewhere. Ladies, you are going to create something to sell. And it could be anything. Please don't overthink. There's something that you already know how to do. And that's what I want you to monetize. I told you guys, when I first started, I lost 100 pounds. That's a lot of weight, okay? All I did was exercise and eat less. And I fixed my mindset. And so I took all that knowledge and I put it in an ebook and started selling it on YouTube to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight. So I need you to figure out what you already know and sell it. Don't overthink. Just get to selling, okay? And you don't have to do an ebook. You could do an e-course. You could do workbooks and journals, affirmation guides, literally whatever you want to do. I just need you to do it, okay? Now, I'm going to give you guys 2 apps. 2. And these apps will change your entire life if you use them. So not only will you download them, you will run the play. Okay, you're going to execute. If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of you who are just tuning in, good morning. Happy Saturday. We are building our online business. I'm teaching you guys how to create your ebook, and then I'm going to teach you how to sell it. But most importantly, I'm going to teach you how to build your mindset. Good morning, ladies. Let me tell you this. If you even thought the thought, if you even had the idea, that's because you can. I believe all the ideas that we get come from God. And why would God give you an idea that you couldn't do? He wouldn't. But the problem with you is you don't listen. You make excuses. You procrastinate. You talk about, I can't. You can. You really can. But you get in your own way. So we got to fix it and fast, because it's not getting us anywhere. Okay? Let's do an affirmation real quick. Part of changing our mindset is saying nicer things to ourselves. Right here. I believe in my dreams and my ability to achieve them. I believe in my dreams and my ability to achieve them. I can't make this up, ladies. I need you to start having self-belief. You can and you will. App number 1. Make sure you guys are taking notes. Good morning, good morning. App number 1 is Canva. Good morning, bestie. Get to writing, get to writing. Welcome, welcome. Canva, C-A-N-V-A. This is app number 1. Write it down. Canva is about to be your best friend for life, okay? I mean it. Everything that you need for your business and your content, Canva got you covered, okay? So maybe you want to create content, you want to do real TikTok videos or whatever. Canva has thousands of video templates on there for you. Good morning. All you have to do is use it. Thousands, okay? Maybe, good morning, you want to start your YouTube channel. I tell you guys every morning, start your YouTube channel. Maybe today you're gonna listen. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnail templates to make people want to click on your video. And for those of y'all who don't know, a thumbnail is just that picture that you see before you click on the video. They're getting them off of Canva, ladies. Canva, and they're easy. You just drag and drop. It's simple. And maybe you do want to sell an ebook, and that's what I'm gonna teach you how to make this morning. And you just want to make everything look professional and branded. Good morning. Canva has thousands of ebook templates. You just have to use them, okay? So if you're ready, app number 2, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. Good morning, good morning. And for the lady on here, for the girlie on this live who's still living in fear, go ahead and put a 2 in the chat. For the lady on this live who's still living in fear, okay? She might be quiet right now, she's listening, but she has fear in the back of her head, and she's saying things to herself like, Jazz, this sounds great, but I'm not tech savvy. I'm too old to start an online business. What if it's too late for me? Okay, let me talk to you real quick. First of all, ma'am, what I want you to understand is this. You woke up this morning. That's a blessing. Every day that you wake up is another day that you are blessed to work on your goals. It is never too late until you are 6 feet under. Don't you ever forget that. Number 2, you are very tech savvy because you use technology all day. Don't sit up on my live and tell no tales. Go take them live somewhere else because you are on your phone from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. You are on these apps, scrolling, archiving, saving, and sharing, and commenting. True or false? That tech savviness. So, you will use the same savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, for those of you guys who think you're too old, what did I tell you guys? We are going to sell our knowledge. So if you are older, that means you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom, which means you have a lot of things that you could sell. Cool. So now that we got that out of our system, I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Age ain't nothing but a number on this live. That don't get you out of nothing. No. App number 2, good morning, good morning. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Jazz and we're building our online business. App number 2 is ChatGPT. Write it down. This is AI. And you will be using this for everything. Also, you guys, the more we interact with this live, the more we like, comment, and share, the more TikTok and YouTube will push this out to more women who are tired of their own BS. They already have their 2-week resignation sitting in the drafts in their work email. They are ready to hit send, okay? They was ready to quit 10 years ago. So, just like this life found you, let's allow it to find others, okay? ChatGPT, let's talk about it. Now, they do have a premium version. It is $20 a month, but you are good on free, okay? You can use the free version for what you need, so do not feel like you have to upgrade, okay? Just work with what you got. Now, we will chat for everything. So maybe you want to create content, right? You want to build your business, but you're not sure what kind of videos to make. Fine, ask chat. They'll tell you. Maybe you do want to start the YouTube channel that I tell you to start every morning, but you're at it. And you don't listen. But maybe today you will. And you're camera shy and you don't know what to say in the videos. Fine, chat will script the entire video for you. Now all you have to do is say the words. I can't make this up, ladies. Wake up! Wake up! Get up! Okay? And maybe you do want to sell an ebook, but you don't know what to put in it. Fine. Chat will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds. Ladies, this is what I'm talking about. It has never been easier than today to build your online business, but you're sitting on the sidelines. You keep giving up because deep down inside, you don't even believe you're worthy of success. Deep down inside, you don't even believe you're worthy of happiness. And that is the problem. We got to fix it because there's too much money that you are leaving on the table. We have got to fix it today. Okay? So I gave you Canva and I gave you chat. We're going to put it together and write the ebook. If you're ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put 1 in the chat. If you are not taking notes, tisk, 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 and shame you. Because what I know about you is you are going to forget because you're human and you always forget because life, and stresses. But if you write it down, anything that I say, you can still refer to those notes and get it done. The key word of this live is execution. We doubt ourselves sometimes. Right? It's a lack of confidence. We got to build our confidence. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You get in your own way. All right? It's you versus you. I celebrate both of my small and big achievements. Let me get a 1 in chat. Good morning, good morning. I celebrate both my small and big achievements. Ladies, I need you to start being nice to yourself. I need you to start telling yourself what you're proud of. I need you to remind yourself how amazing you are. See, the way we feel about ourselves shows up in how we live our life. I can always tell when someone feels good about themselves or when someone deep down inside dislikes themselves, based off of how they act throughout the day. Your internal world always reflects your external. When you feel good, you do good. We have got to fix what's going on in this head of ours in order to build our business and reach our goals. Okay? She said, whenever I felt act confident tries to humble me, you're not in the right circles. You need to get around other people who are confident. Ladies, when other people who are confident don't need to humble you. You need to change up your environment. Okay? You're going to open up chat. In this search, you're going to write this down. Prompt number 1. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. App number 2 is ChatGPT. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you got that, please put got that in the chat. If you need for repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Ladies, closed mouths do not get fed. How can we execute if we don't even know what we're doing? Because I know you're gonna forget. And do not wait 10 minutes into the live to ask me to repeat it, because the answer will be no. You could have had it repeated now, but you chose not to, which is fine, but that lets me know you don't really care. And since you don't care, then why should I? Okay. Yes, give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Write it down, write it down. Let's do an affirmation while I wait for some more. Got that. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Ladies, you'll never be perfect, so stop. Just focus on progress. What small thing did you do today that you didn't do yesterday? Maybe yesterday you made excuses. How about today you don't? Maybe yesterday you moved your body at all. How about today you get 5K steps in? Maybe yesterday you didn't prioritize 8 hours of sleep. How about today you do? Maybe yesterday you sat on the couch and binge watched Netflix and Hulu. How about today you move the needle and work toward your goals? This is how we get better. Okay? Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solve a problem. You're gonna hit enter. You're gonna hit enter. Now before we move forward, I need you to write this word down. Write it down. This says consistent. Get to writing. Consistent, consistent, consistent. In 2026, we are going to lock in the true definition of this word, because a lot of y'all are very confused. So I'm here to unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means once in a while, when I feel like it, if I'm not too tired, if I'm not busy. No. Consistent means more often than not. So, if there are 7 days in consistent means 4 out of the 7. Ladies, in 2026, I need you to be consistent, because consistency is the only way things get done. Let me ask you this. In order for you to consistently get a paycheck, don't you have to consistently go to work? More often than not, right? You work more days than you have off days, correct? Okay, so why would your business be any different? To my ladies who have lost weight, you know this to be true. In order for you to get to your goal weight, don't you have to consistently eat less and consistently move your body? Yes. Yes, you do. Pounds. I know. So, reaching your goals, whether it's business, savings, whatever it is no different. I need you to be consistently working towards what it is you want to accomplish. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, let's make consistency easy, because life is hard enough, right? Life is lifing and stress is stressing, and you have a lot on your plate as is. Let's take a shortcut. It is so much easier for you to be consistent when you do things that you like to do. Because when you do things that you like, it doesn't feel like work. When things don't feel like work, you're more likely to get it done, because now you actually have something to look forward to. I need you to go through that list that ChatGPT gave you and only choose ideas that you would love to talk about all the time. Think about what it is that you would love to always talk about if you could. And that's what I need. I want you to talk about it so much you irritate your husband because you won't stop talking about it. That's how you know you got deeper. Do yourself a favor and pick something that you love to do. Ladies, let me tell you this. Coming from somebody who used to be very insecure and very miserable, when you get to wake up every day doing what you love to do, it gives a whole new energy to you. You have this aura about you, this presence, this confidence. It radiates through you because you're genuinely happy, because you get to live every day doing what you love. And I want that for you too. So please only choose things that you truly love. It is 2026. Monetize anything. I don't care how stupid or far-fetched somebody told you it was. No, it's not. You see it happening every day. If chat gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things it gave you, fine. Just ask for 10 and keep asking until it gives you an idea you want to use. Ladies, isn't it so much easier to consistently eat less food when you choose healthy meals that you like? Yeah, it is. Isn't it easier to consistently be active when you do activities that you actually like? I love weightlifting. That's why it's so easy for me to go to the gym, because I love weightlifting. Maybe you love Zumba. Well, then do Zumba. Do things that you love, please, okay? Now, before we move into prompt number 2, I need you to write this down. This is critical. If you don't remember anything else I say this morning, I need you to remember this. Money flows where energy goes. Write that down. Money flows where energy goes. Thank you, Kettle. If anything like how I used to be, you give your energy to any and everybody. You are an energy vending machine. You give all of your energy to your spouse, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. You give all your energy to your kids. You're giving all your energy to your friends and your family. You're giving all your energy to your job and your co-workers. You're giving all your energy to celebrity gossip. You're giving your energy to everybody. And by the time you sit down to do something for yourself, you can't, because you don't have any energy left, because you gave it all away. You just handed it out. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're giving all this energy to, they don't even return it back to you. That's why you feel drained, exhausted, and frustrated and depressed, because you are handing out way too much energy. In 2026, we're going to reel that on in. You are going to start putting yourself first. It does not make a wife because you want to work on your business. It does not make you a bad mom because you want to put yourself first for once. It does not make you a bad friend because you want to sit on the phone and listen to her problems. It makes you human. You matter too. Your happiness matters too. Your peace matters too. So, I need you to start telling people no. The answer is no. And that is a complete sentence. It does not need to be explained. No, I cannot loan you any money. That is money I could be using for my business. No, I cannot give you a ride. That time that I could be spending towards my business. No, I cannot sit here and talk to you about your problem. Should I got my own? The answer is no. Start telling people no. I'm not sitting here saying they shouldn't put your kids first. But what I am saying is, You matter too. And when you are happy, you can be a better mother. I need you to start telling people no and understand that money flows where energy goes. Stop giving all your energy away. Stop. It's not getting you anywhere. Tell people no. Put yourself first for once. That's how things actually get done. Okay? All right, fair enough. Prompt number 2. Once you choose a digital product idea you want to use, you will then put this in chat. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. If you got that, put got that in the chat. Let's go, let's go. If you need for it to be repeated, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. My other YouTube channel is tagged to this channel. So if you go to my channel, you see my other channels, and then you'll see my weight loss and fitness channel. If you got that, put got that in the chat. Need for it to be repeated, please ask. Closed mouths don't get fed. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business, but most importantly, we're building ourselves. Ladies, the fear, the limiting beliefs, your concern of what other people think about you, what you got going on, your lack of boundaries, the way you talk to yourself, your lack of consistency. These are problems. These are problems. And we have got to fix it. This is what affirmation. I need to see more got that's in the chat. It's okay to leave my comfort zone. It's okay to leave my comfort zone. Let me tell you this. That comfort zone gets nothing done. You're so comfortable living paycheck to paycheck because that's what you're used to. But on the other side of that comfort zone is a world where you are no longer living paycheck to paycheck. You're so comfortable at that job, failing to realize you can make income online. Whether you want to do it full-time or part-time, it doesn't matter. Just get to selling. But it's not going to happen in that comfort zone. Earlier, a woman said every time she tries to be confident, people around her try to humble her. You are inside your comfort zone. Because outside of that is a group of women who are very confident with themselves and they don't feel the need to humble you. There's no growth in that comfort zone. We got to get out. Okay? All right, y'all got that. Very good. You're going to hit enter. Now, this is what I mean by it's never been easier to build your online business because chat wrote it for you. Now, all you have to do is copy and paste. That's it. Okay? So you will copy what chat gave you and you will paste it into your Canva template. So open up Canva. In the search, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's going to be thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. And they're all customizable. You can talk about colors, fonts, pictures, all the things. You will copy and you will paste. For my ladies who love to overthink, this is for you. Please write this down. Good morning. This says KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, silly. This is an acronym. Stop overthinking. You overthink, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, it's not getting you anywhere because the product is still not done. The content is still not being posted. Stop. Just make sure it is clean, simple, legible. That's it. That's it. Okay? When you are done copying and pasting and you love the way it looks, you will download it as a PDF file. PDF. Y'all better get to right and download it as a PDF file. Once you have downloaded it, you will upload it to your hosting site. Write these down. Store. Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. If you got all of that, please go ahead and put got that in the chat. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty more. Okay? And you only need one of these. You don't need to use all 5. Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. If you got it, put got that. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Coach Jazz and we're building our online business. We are creating the ebook and then we're going to learn how to sell it. Good morning, good morning. The key word of this live is execution. I trust myself to navigate through this. I trust myself, thank you, to navigate through this. Let's go. And if you do not trust yourself, we got to fix that, because lack of self-trust gets us nowhere. I need you to know deep down inside that anything you try, you can do because you trust yourself. You trust yourself. I need you to know that. Yes, you will download it as a PDF file, and then you will upload it to your hosting site, Stand Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. Okay? Now, let me tell you this. What we just did was we made the product. Ladies, the beauty of having a coach, having a mentor, is they can teach you things to do and not to do, all from their own personal experiences. Okay? I've been doing this full time for 6 years. I started during COVID. Okay? Made more money than I ever could have imagined on my cell phone, laptop, and Wi-Fi. It's crazy. But I would be lying to you if I tell you that I also made a lot of mistakes. Oh yeah, lots of mistakes. One of the biggest lessons that I learned in entrepreneurship, and this is also life advice, ladies, I'm gonna tell you the truth. We have got to get a handle on our finances. We have got to start creating a budget and sticking to it. I need you to know how much comes in your house versus how much goes out your house. Because the version of you who is confident, who loves herself, who sticks to the promise she makes to herself, who's running her business and not caring what people think about her, who has boundaries for herself, who has self-respect, she also has financial literacy. She has also tackled the elephant in the room. Most of us run from our finances and never want to face it head on. I never used to understand how people could make so much money and be so broke until I lived it. I always had poor spending habits. And I thought the reason I was living paycheck to paycheck was just because I ain't making enough money. Failing to realize I was always living above my means. Let's just be real. And so when I became an entrepreneur, I took those same spending habits that I had and just carried them into entrepreneurship, just made more, just to spend more. And every month, I was still paycheck to paycheck because I always lived above my means. I didn't have financial aid, and I wasn't sticking to nobody's budgets. Whatever I wanted, I bought. I had to fix it. I had to fix it. And I am telling you the same thing. You have got to fix it now. The reason why I am telling you that is because these hosting sites also have fees. Ladies, let's not play dumb. We know in the real world there are fees. Ain't none free. We know this to be true. There are fees with these hosting sites. And before you sit there and say, I can't afford it, that's not true, because you'd be at Chipotle every day spending $25 on a bowl because you have to have extra chicken and extra queso. You are always on TikTok Shop and Temu and Shein. Don't do it. These hosting sites have fees. I use Stand Store. I love Stan. Stan is great. But Stan is also very expensive. Okay? Stan is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that, okay? If you are brand new to all of it, fine, but Stand Store is not for you. Instead, I want you to use Gumroad, Gumroad, because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale. How to incorporate overhead and operating costs into entrepreneurial budget? Yes, yes you do. Gumroad only charges you 10% when you make a sale. So until you make sales, you spend no money. That's a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is this. You will make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and you promised me you were going to execute. That's what you said. So when you do start making money, then you come up to Stand Store. Because Stand Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me tell you what's going on with finance, in case you didn't know. Buy now, pay later. It's taken over. Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, Affirm, QuadPay, taking over. People are using buy now, pay later more than credit cards. And no, it's not just poor people. Six-figure earners are also using buy now, pay later options. And if you have a pay later option on your site, I promise you, you will make more. For now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad. You will build your business, and then you will transfer everything over later. Okay? Now, what we just did was we just made the ebook. We took Canva, we took that, we put it together, and we wrote it. Now we have to sell it. And I'm being honest, sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half. So we got to get this right. And I'm going to be honest with you. Sales is where most people fail. So we got to get it right. But before we get into sales, I want to make something very clear. The process of copying and pasting and making that ebook that we just did should not take you longer than 2 hours. 2 hours. And honestly, it should be longer than 1. But I'm going to give you grace, and I'll go ahead and give you 2. And oh, I don't care how old you are. I don't give a damn. On this live, age ain't nothing but a number. Because what you're not going to try to do is convince me that it takes long 2 hours to copy and paste some words. You are copying and pasting links to reels all day long, sending them through text messages. Don't do that. Don't do that. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words, we have a serious problem. One problem that you might be experiencing, and I used to be guilty of this too, this is how I know. You're a perfectionist, right? So everything about you just must be perfect or it's not right. You're the woman who's going to waste 6 months of her life overthinking her brilliant idea before she even gets started. Thank you. And mind you, the 6 months that you're wasting, you will never get back. And then when you do decide to get started, you're going to take things out, put things back, overanalyze, second guess your brilliance, and give up on it because you get frustrated and overwhelmed. And then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you'll never get back just to overthink some more. And then when you do decide to get started yet again, this time, you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they don't even run businesses. And these aren't even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, in your head, their opinion means so much to you. And then when they give you their opinion, you listen and you care. Next thing you know, a whole year gone by. And you ain't get shit. Waste time. Shy, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Girl, been there, done that. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you what. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes that's just what I do best. I'm going to hold hands when I say this to you. You are not perfect. You are not perfect. You are flawed. But that's okay, because I'm not perfect either. I am flawed. We are all perfectly imperfect. What you really are is scary. You're still living in fear. And what I say, on this live, fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you're doing. You're running away from your brilliant idea that could make you millions because you're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of putting yourself out there failing. You're so fearful of people judging you, so you just don't do anything. And if you want to dig even deeper, the reason why we have these fears, the reason why we make excuses, the reasons why we procrastinate is because we self-sabotaging. This is self-sabotage. You're doing this to yourself. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because our fragile ego cannot handle feeling disappointed if it doesn't work. The feeling of disappointment scares the hell out you. So to protect yourself from feeling disappointed, you procrastinate. You tell yourself what you can't do, excuses, just to self-sabotage. But you already said that you're tired of your BS. You said that you were tired of always starting and stopping. You said that you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You said that you are tired of crying because you're unhappy with the way your life is going right now. That's what you said. I am here to help you fix it. But in order to fix it, we have to change it. But how can we change it if you don't do it? Ladies, how can we stop living paycheck to paycheck and bring more money into the household, build a business if there's no products? How can customers buy your stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. So, you gotta launch. Every day that you live unhappy, every day that you live paycheck to paycheck, every day that you give up on yourself, you are still living in disappointment. Because there are still things about your life that you are not 1000% happy with. Which means we have to fix it. How can we build our confidence if you don't have any? If every time it's time to do the thing that we promised ourselves we would do, we quit. You can't. It's not going to happen. So you have to follow through. You have to just launch. You have to just post. And I need you to understand and understand that the more you do something, the better it will get. Ladies, that has proven to be true your entire life. You did not know how to walk. Now you walk just fine because you kept doing it. You didn't always know how to read and write. You do that fine now. How? Because you kept doing it. The more content you put out, the longer you run your business, the better it will get. But you gotta launch. You gotta launch. Because launching is what stands in between the life you're living and the life you want to live. All of our favorite businesses that we spend money with today have gotten better along the way. Look at Netflix. Netflix did not always have a fancy app. No, They were not always doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. They weren't doing WWE pay-per-view, and they damn sure didn't have their own original movies and series winning Emmys and Oscars. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, Netflix.com. You had to make a list of the movies you wanted to see. And these were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. Thank you, Shauna. You could watch it as many times as you wanted. And when you were ready for the next movie, you had to mail that one back. They didn't wait to be perfect. They didn't wait for the best technology. They didn't wait for all the funding. They launched what they had. And as they continued to run their business, it got better. And now they're a $1 billion company. So I don't know why you think you're above Netflix and you could skip all of that and just hop right to that, but we're going to have to reel that on in because it ain't going to work. Another reason why it might be taking longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you're distracted as fuck. I already recognize that I'm not the coach for everybody because I'm going to tell you the truth. And some people don't really want the truth. They just want more excuses. I'm not that. See, the truth will set you free. When you get off work, you could work on the business and reaching your goals, building your confidence and keeping the promises that you make to yourself, but you choose not to. You'd rather sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends. You could work on the business and reach your goals, keeping the promises you make to yourself and building your confidence and self-respect, but you'd rather not. You'd rather sit on the couch and binge watch Hulu and Netflix for hours. Late at night, when your children are asleep. You could work on the business, reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you make to yourself and setting standards for your life, but you'd rather not. You'd rather scroll social media for hours, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why you do all of these distractions in the first place is because you're trying to escape. This is escapism. And the reason why you're trying to escape is because there's things about your life that you're not 1000% happy with. And instead of you going woman and fixing it, you'd rather run from it. But let's take a new path, because that path is clearly not working. It hasn't worked. That's why you're here. Because the business is still not businessing. The content is not contenting. The sales are not salesing. Confidence is -50. Respect out the door. You talk to yourself crazy and you let people talk to you even crazier. Let's take a new path. Because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Instead of trying to escape a life that you're not 1000% happy with, how about we just lock in and build a life that we never feel the need to escape from? So this is what I want you to do today. Not tomorrow, not Monday. It's 2026. You already said new year, new me. So let's start today. I want you to turn the TV off. Put the phone on do not disturb. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You're going to sit down at home. No, you go to Starbucks because you get distracted there. You're going to start your product and you're going to finish it. No, you're not stopping, coming back next week, because we already know how you do. You don't come back. You never do. So you're going to start it and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you get. If we are crystal clear on those instructions, let's go ahead and put clear in the chat, because respectfully, there is no point in talking about it if you ain't got nothing to sell. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning, happy Saturday. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. We just made the ebook, now we gotta sell it. Make sure you guys are double tapping the screen, like, commenting, and sharing. Thank you. The more we interact with this live, the more TikTok and YouTube will push this live to more women who are of their own BS. They're tired. They're tired. Launching can be deductible, but a loss to many times is infeasible. Stopping is logic. Well, that's why I tell you to start an online business, because very low overhead, ma'am. Good morning, Kat. Very good, Azuri. Very good. You're going to download it as a PDF and then upload it to your hosting site. Okay? Very good. So, affirmation, and we're going to get into sales. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. I have the strength to overcome any setback. It amazes me how, as women, we never want to give ourselves credit. There were things that took place in your life that you didn't think you would overcome. And you did. You're still here. So now that you have already shown to yourself that you can get through anything, I need you to believe that you can get through this too. You can start an online business. Yes, you can. Because look at what you've overcome. Okay? All right, let's talk about it. So we said sales. Thank you, Yanni. We said sales is 80% of the business, okay? That is more than half. So get this right, or there isn't a business. But I'm gonna be honest, most people fail at sales. Most people fail here, okay? But before you run away and freak out, oh my God, because it's so hard. No, it's not. Sales is actually easy. But people's mindset and the things they think in regards to sales is what makes sales so hard for them. See, people will say things, and you might be guilty of this too. People will say things like, well, Jazz, I'm not a salesperson. What if I talk about my product too much and people unfollow me? What if I'm being annoying? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay. We have to fix our mindset about sales if we actually want to sell something. What I need you guys to understand is this. Good morning. Let me make something very clear. Selling is not begging. Selling is solving. That's it. People have a problem and you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. So get that out your head. Stop. Number 2, you don't have this, but to talk about your products and services and how you can help people consistently, because people will forget. Ladies, everybody is living their own life. They got their own problems, okay? And they are being bombarded with content from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed every single day. You have to remind people that you exist because they will forget. They will forget. They're human. Why do you think I keep telling you to take notes? I done told you to take notes about 50 times because I already know you're gonna forget. You're human. Lives. Why do you think I keep telling you guys the key word of this live is execution? Why do I keep repeating stuff? So that it sticks in your pretty head that you have to do it. You have to consistently remind people because they will forget. All of your favorite businesses remind you all day that they exist. Look at Amazon. Y'all know who Amazon is. Everybody got the memo. Everybody is clear on what Amazon is. And most of us are Prime members, meaning we pay a monthly subscription to get 2-day, same day, 1-day shipping. We pay for that. And even though most people are Prime members, they still remind you all day that they exist. How? Those Amazon trucks that you see on the road. You can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing one. They could have left those trucks blank. They could have kept them white, but they didn't. They made them blue and they put their logo on it. Why? So that every time you see one of their trucks, your brain thinks Amazon. They're Amazon packages. You can't even go down a neighborhood. You can't even go into an office suite. You can't even go into a mailroom without seeing Amazon boxes and envelopes everywhere. They could have left the cardboard boxes blank. They didn't have to make the packing tape with Prime on it. They didn't have to do all that. But they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their packages, which is pretty much all day at this point, your brain thinks Amazon. Do you think they're worried about being annoying? Or are you thinking that they're begging you for money? Do you think they're concerned about you unsubscribing from Prime? Girl, please. They know you're not going nowhere. How do they know that? Because they have a solution to your problem. You're lazy and you want convenience. We all do. And since they know that, they sell. For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. I've been doing it for 6 years, so you might have seen me everywhere. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, Facebook. I'm all over the place. How is it that I'm able to show up consistently teaching people about Globe Academy and not worrying about people thinking I'm begging them for money or being too annoying or them following me? How am I able to do that? because I know I have a solution to people's problems. Women want to learn how to build their online business. I teach them that inside Glow Up Academy. Women want to learn how to become confident, follow through with the promises that they make to themselves, and build consistency and discipline. I teach them that inside of Glow Up Academy. Women want to learn how to set boundaries for themselves, let go of fear and limiting beliefs, and finally fix their mindset so they can reach all of goals. I teach them that. I mentor them, all inside of Glow Up Academy. I'm not worried about who unfollows me because I talk about Glow Up Academy too much. That's fine. Let them go. They weren't ready to glow up. They'll come back when they're ready. They always do. And since I have that energy with my products and services, I sell, and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell, and they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, ladies, you are going to have the same energy. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now let's talk about sales. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, put a 1 in the chat. I see you every morning and I've been learning from you. See, thank you so much, Lawrence. So what I'm talking about, we have to be consistent. We have to show up consistently. Let's go. Put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are selling nuts. We're selling. And most importantly, we're building our mindset. We're going to grow our confidence so that we can believe we can accomplish any and all things. We're going to become disciplined. So we're going to show up even if we don't feel like it. We're going to stop talking to ourselves like we ain't got no sense. Stop calling yourself stupid. That's not cute. You're not stupid. You got yourself this far. The things you got going on in this head always reflects your external world. Okay? So if you got chaos going on in here, I know for a fact you got chaos in your real world. If you talk to yourself crazy, I know for a fact you let other people talk to you crazy. I already know. Because a woman who is confident in herself, who speaks her affirmations and believes them, she would never tolerate anybody talking to her like they ain't got no sense. Because she wants herself that way. We got to fix this. We have got to fix our mindset. My self-worth grows every time I show love to myself. My self-worth grows every time I show myself. Well, how do I show love to myself, Jazz? You're going to put yourself first for once. You're going to schedule out a time frame in your day that's only for you. Whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, I don't give a damn. And you're going to stick to it. If you said for 20 minutes, I'm going to do something for me today, then that's what you need to do. Because over time, as you keep doing that, you are showing yourself that you are worthy of it. Subconsciously. See, the reason why that you have self-worth is because subconsciously you never follow through. So, you don't follow through at all. So then subconsciously, you don't believe that you're worthy of it. So we got to stop that. And I do want to address the elephant in the room real quick, which is failure. Failing. See, a lot of you guys want to start an online business. You know you want more for yourself. You know that you can do this, but failure scares the shit out you. But what if I told you that you were confused as to what the word failing means? See, some of y'all think failing means that you make a YouTube video, thank you, Jen, and you post your first YouTube video, and if you don't get 100,000 views in 10 hours, then you failed. Some of y'all believe that if you launch your first ebook, Millionaire, in 30 days, then you failed. Some of y'all think that if you make a TikTok account and you don't get 10,000 followers in 7 days, then you failed. But that's not failure. See, failure only exists when you quit. You throw in the towel and you say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. I'm done. Well, then that is when you have failed. You have failed. Every day you commit to just getting a little bit better, doing something today that you didn't do yesterday. That's not failing because you're still showing up. Maybe yesterday you were full of excuses. How about today you don't make any? Maybe yesterday you didn't prioritize 8 hours of sleep. How about today you do? Maybe yesterday you didn't move your body at all. How about today you walk 5K steps? As long as we do something towards our goal, no matter how big or how small, every single day, that's not failing because you're still showing up. You're still committed. You're still trying. What I have noticed about us, women, men, everybody at this point, we are entitled. And you don't even realize that you live in entitlement. Because you have set an imaginary time frame of when you feel entitled to the results. You just pulled a number out of thin air and you have convinced yourself that that's what it should be. That's entitlement. Because who told you that you'll be a millionaire in 24 hours? Where'd you get that from? Who told you that your first YouTube video will get 10 million views in 5 hours? Where did you get that from? That's entitlement. You made it up. And now you believe that if it doesn't happen in that time frame that you set, then you failed. Notice how if you just keep doing the thing, eventually, thank you, Sierra, you get the results that you want. My girlies on this live who have lost weight. I lost 100 pounds. You know this to be true. If you consistently eat less food and you consistently move your body, won't you eventually get to your goal weight? Yes. Yes, you will. It's inevitable. If you consistently pay down your credit card balance, and if you consistently pay your bills on time, won't you eventually get to the credit score that you want? Yeah. Yes, you will. So why would business be any different? If you consistently show up and you consistently execute, you will eventually get the dollar amount, the follower count, whatever it is that you want, you will eventually get there. So for everyone on this life who is so afraid to fail, just don't quit. Because if you don't quit, you didn't fail. And now you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay? All right, I don't want nobody failure. Very good, let's go ahead and talk about it. So sales tip number 1, make sure you guys are taking notes so that we can actually execute what we're talking about. Good morning. Sales tip number 1, write it down. Content is king and distribution is queen. Content is king, distribution is queen. So let's break this down so it makes sense. Let's start with the content is king part. Okay, ladies, so the way to let people know about our products and services and how we can help people is through content, okay? That's why it's king. This is how we get the word out, all right? So the content could be the pictures that you post, your stories, your reels, YouTube long-form videos, if you go live, all of that is content. So content is king. You have to do it consistently. What did we say consistent meant? More often than not. So if there's 7 days in a week, then we need to be posting content at least 4 out of the 7. But before you freak out, we also said we're going to work on getting better every single day. So for my ladies on this live who are camera shy and maybe you're not posting at all, we're going to crawl before we walk before we run. I want you to be in front of your camera, your phone, 30 seconds at a time, multiple times a day, just recording yourself talking to the camera. This is not to pose. This is just to get you comfortable in front of the camera. And for those of y'all who want to be faceless, fine, but you still need to get comfortable talking. Some of y'all are terrified to hear your own voice. So you still need to do this exercise. Thank you, Goddess. Being faceless does not exclude you from anything that we're talking about this morning. No, you're not special. You still gonna go through everything that everybody else is going through, whether you're faceless or front and center. And tell me that you don't have time to record yourself multiple times a day for 30 seconds. That's a lie. Because you're on this live. I'm glad you're here, but I'm being real. You could be recording yourself and practicing being in front of this camera. Clock it. Okay? Now, once you get comfortable in front of the camera, then you're going to commit to posting 1 video a week, 30 seconds. Once you get comfortable doing that, you're doing it weekly, you're staying consistent, then we're going to go to 2, 3, so on and so forth. So always remember, we're going to crawl before we walk, and we're going to walk before we run. Now, the distribution is queen part. Not only will we be posting content consistently, we also need to be building at least a bare minimum of 3 platforms. Why 3? Because 1 is too close to none. Like that 1 income that you have at that 1 job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? You'd be freaking out, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it, like they were trying to do this time last year, what would you do? You would be freaking out, like all the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok account. I teach my students that we have to stay proactive so that we're never reactive. And no, it is not hard to build 3. The same exact video you put on TikTok, you'll throw it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want to be. It takes an extra 5 minutes. I do it all day. Same damn video. Okay? Now, which platform should you grow? That's 1,000% up to you. You've got lots of options. I always suggest starting with the platform that you're always on. So if you're always on TikTok, start there, because obviously you like this app because you're always on. And then just choose 2 more. But in case you did not know, YouTube is the most watched platform. Some of y'all think it's TikTok. No, it is not TikTok. It is YouTube. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. There are more people watching YouTube than anywhere else. So I always urge and encourage my students to start their YouTube channel. If everybody's on YouTube, you should be there too. So please start. Just start the channel. Lord have mercy. Now, before we get into sales tip number 2, I want to talk to the woman who's still living in fear. She's quiet right now. She might not be saying too much. She's taking notes. She's listening. She's processing. But that fear still lives in the back of her head. And she's second guessing her ability to do any of these things that we're talking about right now. She's saying things to herself like, Jazz, this sounds amazing. I'd love to have an online business, but I just don't know if I can. You want me to post content consistently. You want me to make my own ebook. And you want me to build 3 platforms at the same time? Jazz, I don't know. That sounds hard. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, listen. And listen very closely. One thing I know is this. I can't convince you of anything. I don't have the power to, so I'm not even going to try. So if you want to believe that posting content consistently is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that taking some words from AI and pasting it into a pre-made Canva template is hard, then fine. You are allowed to think that. You're right. It's hard. If you want to believe that building 3 platforms simultaneously is hard, then fine. You're right. It's hard. But let me remind you of this. Living a life that you are not 1,000% happy with is hard. Crying all the time because you are so unhappy with the way life is going for you right now is hard. Wanting more for yourself and for your family and not believing that you can do it is hard. And you live like that every day. One thing that I used to be guilty of, and I know a lot of women can relate to this, we have a toxic habit of not giving ourselves credit where credit is due. Meaning, you have gone through some tough times in your life at some point, because life's for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. And in those moments, those darkest moments, you didn't think you could overcome it. You might have been depressed, just praying to God. Maybe you lost someone very close to you. I know when I lost my grandma, I was, how the hell am I going to live without her? And despite all of that, you are still here. You are still living. Years later, I'm still living life without my grandma. So you have already proven to yourself that you overcome everything. But you never give yourself credit for that. You never tell yourself that you're proud of yourself. When was the last time you said to yourself that you're you? When was the last time you said that? Some of y'all don't even know. And that's a problem. That right there. That is fear convincing you that you can't do this. And look at everything that you have already done. That was way harder than this. That's the problem. The lack of confidence. Fear will steal your dream life from you. And you let it year after year. There are people on this app, and I don't have to show this because you can see it for yourself, who are in worse off situations than you. And they're still showing up, building their business. There are women apps with more kids than you, and they're still showing up, building their business. There are people on this app who are always in the hospital because they are always sick. Cancer, sickle cell. And despite all of that, they are still showing up, building their business. There are people on this app who have lost it all. They lost their job. They lost their house. They lost their life. But they didn't lose hope. And despite the weight of the world on their back right now, they are still showing up, just trying to make their dream true. Now let's be honest here. Some of y'all don't have half them problems. Let's just be real. Some of y'all might. And okay, I'm gonna give you some grace. But some of y'all don't. Sure, you got a complaint here or there. Life's not perfect or is, but for the most part, you are sitting pretty. That's fear. Because you see people who you would not want to trade lives with. And they're still showing up. And you are letting fear convince you that you can't, that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy enough. That's the problem, the lack of confidence. What's going on in here is taking over. And it is convincing you that you can't do this, and you let it, year after year. My online business changed my whole life. I started during COVID 6 years ago. Made more money than I ever could have imagined from a cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi-Fi. I now have peace. I'm not stressing about how my bills will get paid anymore. I have freedom now. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have purpose now. I get to wake up every day doing what I love, helping women become their highest version. I have confidence now. I really believe in myself. I really respect myself. But before all of this, COVID, girl, my life was completely different. I used to work a 9 to 5. I was miserable. I was depressed, insecure as hell. I used to be 100 pounds. I was an alcoholic. See, I bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us. But I bought in back in high school. They told me to go to college and to get a 4-year degree, graduate, get a good job with stability and benefits. I'll make enough where I can travel a few times a year. I'll be able to save more for retirement so that when I do get too old to work, I can live the rest of my years in dignity, afford my bills, and just live out the rest of my life. That's what they told me. So that's what I did. I went off to college and got me a 4-year degree. My mom was home, all of my friends were going, so I went. That bachelor's degree cost me $40,000. Graduated. 6 months later, got my dream job. When they called me and offered me the position, I thought I was about to be rich. They were offering me $60,000 a year, time with benefits, health insurance, PTO, 401k plans, the works. I was 23 years old, so I thought $60,000 was a come up because I had never made that much money before. So I was ready to start my life. So I moved out of my mom's house because I was sick of her rules. I was ready to do grown woman things. So I got my own place. Didn't stop there. I told you guys, I had really bad spending. We listen, we don't judge. I did what most Americans do. John got me a car payment. See, I already had a car, and it was paid off, okay? Title in hand. It got me from point A, B, C, D, E, and F. But it was old. No push to start. No leather seats. No tablet in the dash. I had to upgrade to match my new upgraded life, right? So I went out and got me a brand new Dodge Charger. $450 a month. And we all know expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, the girl was broke AF. I couldn't afford any vacations. I couldn't put any extra in my 401k. I couldn't even afford to get my nails done. I was broke. I had another problem. I had to start paying back loans. See, I thought it was fun and games. At 23, I didn't think that the government really wanted their money back. I thought everybody has student loans. The government is not playing with you. They want money back. See, they'll give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet. They're not going to call, they're not going to send letters. They want you to focus on getting a job. They'll talk business later. But best believe when that 6-month mark hits, they are sending letters to your house because they want to see your tax returns, because they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper that I'm $60,000 a year, I didn't have any dependents, no kids, they said I should be able to afford $400 a month, and they don't care about your rent and your car payments. That's the price, and it's not up for negotiation. $400 a month. I was like, what? They didn't tell me that in high school. I thought it'd be about $50-$60. No. I had 11 student loan accounts, lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every month that I did not pay those student loans, which was literally every month because I really couldn't afford it, I got 11 missed payments on my credits. In the course of 1 year, I can't make this, I had 121 missed payments. My credit dropped 520. And just so you know, you can't bankrupt those. You are stuck with those until the day you die. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit, so my dreams of having a house, that's not gonna happen for me no time soon, not until I fix that. Another problem. I hated my job. See, college didn't prepare me for corporate America. I had no clue what I was walking into. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I grew up in shelter, okay? I didn't know too much about life and people, and I thought everybody, you could take at face value. What they said is what it was. That's what I believed. And my supervisor told me in the interview that everybody at work was just one big old work family. They all get along, they all love each other. It's just great energy in this department. So I believed it. So I walked into the department thinking that. I learned that people in corporate America are fake as fuck. They're not your friends. See, they'll smile in the break room with you, they'll kiki and caca. They don't like you. They will do the Thanksgiving potlucks and the Secret Santas with you, holidays, but they don't like you. They'll invite you out to happy hour off the clock, so they're not even getting paid to be around you. But they still choose to spend time with you off the clock, but they don't like you. They'll invite you to monumental moments in their life, like their baby showers and their weddings. But they don't like you. And the minute you and your work sister are both trying to get promoted, everything that you said to her in confidence is now in your manager's emails. And now you are the most hated person in the department. I was 23. My work sister was 31. She told me I was the little sister that she never had. That's what she said. I didn't use her. That's what she said. Walked right into that. I was miserable. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to get out. Nobody was calling me back for an interview. And just so you know, I work with all women. For the first time in my life, at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself blessed. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trapped feels like no matter what you do, your life's not gonna get no better. That's how it feels. You could try to have a positive mindset all day, to be optimistic, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's how trapped feels. You could try to pray to God to get him to help you out of the situations that you're so miserable in, but it feels like he's not listening, because it feels like he's ignoring you, because it feels like he's not fixing it, because you're still miserable. You could try to work overtime or get a part-time job just to catch up on some bills, go to sleep a little better at night because you're not so stressed. But just when you do start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, when you do start to save a couple $100, something always comes and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you gotta pay for that. It's always something. And no matter what you do, your life feels like it's not gonna get no better. That's how trapped feels. And I lived like that for 6 years. You know, I used to pull up at the job and sit in my car and cry before I even clocked in. I used to have anxiety. I never had anxiety. I grew up a pretty happy child, okay? I had a really good childhood. I got anxiety. I got butterflies in my stomach that I can't seem to get rid of. I used to bring a job home with me. You ever did that? So what that means is you're on the clock to think about these people, but they're so toxic. You can't escape them. So now you are at home And instead of enjoying the time that you have with your spouse and talking about marriage stuff, you're talking about all the things that took place at work. These people have consumed your mind. They have stolen your peace. I couldn't even sleep anymore. I was so stressed out about bills. And to cope with all my anxiety and my depression and my misery, I started drinking. First, just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves because I really couldn't sleep anymore. It quickly spiraled out of control. I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm even telling you this story is because if any of my story resonates with you, you are already doing something wrong. Crying every day because you're so unhappy. That's hard. Wanting better for your life, not even believing that you can get better, that's hard. Going to a job every day for years that drains your spirit, that's hard. And you live like that every day. And see, the reason I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. This is why I told you to choose a business idea that you love, something that you could talk about all the time. I had nothing in my life to look forward to. I had no interests, I had no hobbies. My life felt like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat, week after week, month after month, year after year. That is depressing ass shit. And anybody would be depressed with a life like that. There is nothing wrong with you. That is depressing. That would be depressing for anyone. But now, I get to wake up every day doing what I love, helping women become their highest version and believing in themselves. You can't put a price tag on that. The beauty of online businesses is that you can monetize anything. You see people on these apps doing the darndest things, making millions. It doesn't matter what you're into. Sell it. But the problem with you is you won't let go of fear. And you see that fear is getting you nowhere. It is stealing your dream life from you, and you let it. And I want to say one more thing before we move forward, because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. If you work 8 hours or more, I hope you realize that you spend more time at work with people that you don't even like than you do with your family that loves you. I literally worked 9 to 5. So what should have only been a 20-minute drive to work was over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. An hour to work, an hour back, 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That is 11 hours out of my day. Gone. It's gone. And I'll never get it back. When you do get home, you are drained. You are exhausted. You feel defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse or your kids before you gotta put them to bed. They don't even get the best of you. They don't even get the version of you that's happy. They don't even get the version of you that's full of energy because you gave it to the job. You gotta put everyone to bed just to repeat the next day. Just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what the hell are you looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day that you get to do what you love. But Sunday, not so much. No, because you have to prepare for the work week, right? Yeah. So you got to cook. You got to clean. You got to go to the grocery store. You got to do laundry. And you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on the desk come Monday. Ladies, that is not living. That is surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are. The God I serve, He loves me. And you can't convince me otherwise. And if He loves me so much, why would He put me on this earth to be miserable and crying and coping? Why would He make me for that? He didn't make me for that. For the longest time, I thought He skipped me. I thought there was nothing special about me. I thought I was the one He forgot all about. But that's not true. He made me for a very special reason. And He allowed me the opportunity to find it. And now I get to live it every single day, helping women become their highest version. He made you for something very special too. He didn't skip you. No. You have talent too. You are special too. But the problem is life has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, you lost your light. It got dim. It got dark. And now here you are today, thinking that there's nothing special about you and that you can't do it. Well, I'm here to tell you this. That's not true. God made you special. And you should monetize it. And you can monetize it only if you let go of the fear. Stop doing the same thing over and over again, year after year, and expecting different results. Do something different this year. Let go of the fear and the limiting beliefs and try. Some of y'all aren't even willing to try. You can do this, but you gotta let go of the fear because it is stealing your happiness from you. It is stealing your peace from you. It is stealing your purpose from you. Let it go so you can finally live your dream life. Okay? Alright? I don't want to hear nothing about fear no more. Fear don't live here no more. Good morning. Good morning. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, my name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. So we already made our ebook. Now we're selling it. Make sure you guys are commenting and sharing. TikTok and YouTube. The more we interact with this live, the more TikTok and YouTube will push live to more people. So sales tip number 2. Make sure you guys are taking notes because the key word of this live is execution. Okay, so how can we execute? It won't even know what we're supposed to be doing because you're going to forget like you always do. So please write it down. Okay. People only buy from people that they like, that they know, and that they trust. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So, if they don't like you, not gonna buy. If they don't know you, not gonna buy. And if they don't trust you, they will not buy it. So, how do we get people to like us? Okay. In your content, remember we said we got to post content consistently? In your content, I want you to be relatable and I want you to be authentic. The community that we build, the followers and the subscribers that we build, Those are the people who are going to buy our products. So we have to make sure that in the content that we're producing, we are relatable and authentic. Now, some people, if you're anything like how I used to be, you struggle with being relatable and authentic because you don't know how to be yourself. And the reason you don't know how to be yourself is because you spent way too much time in your life being what you thought other people wanted you to be. People pleasing. So, if that is something that you are struggling with, I need you to start spending more time by yourself. Because we have to find who you are. What things do you like? You're not going to do that. You're not going to be able to do that if you're always around other people. Now, maybe it's hard for you to be relatable and authentic because you're camera shy. Fine. I already told you how we're going to get out of that. We're going to record ourselves multiple times a day, not to post, just to get comfortable in front of the camera, recording ourselves. The more you are in front of the camera recording yourself, the easier it is for you to be relatable and authentic because now you're comfortable in front of the camera. Okay? So that's how we're going to work on that. And remember, you guys, people connect with people that they resonate with. A lot of you guys do yourself a disservice because you're trying to be perfect, failing to realize that people can't connect to perfect because nobody is perfect. The only reason why I'm able to build my community after all these years is because I'm relatable and I'm authentic. In other words, I'm myself. Okay? Now, for those of y'all who are still living in fear and saying, well, Jazz, what if no one likes me? That's impossible because 8 billion people in this world, okay? Somebody is bound to like you, okay? Someone's bound to like you. And again, I used to be fearful of that too. Ladies, when you post your content, it goes everywhere. You're able to connect with people all over the world. You have the solution to somebody's problem, and they need you. You have the very thing that could change their life. But you're depriving them of that because you won't post the video because it's not good enough. What if I let fear take over this morning and I didn't go live? Well, then all of you guys sitting here and watching wouldn't have been able to read this message. You wouldn't have been able to watch this live because I wouldn't have went live. And I wouldn't have been able to help you. But that's literally what you're doing to others. I have a Globe Academy from all over the world. I'm in the US. I have women inside of there from Canada, Australia, Germany, Jamaica, Australia, the UK, Canada, all over the place. I ain't never been in none of the countries. All because I was able to help somebody. So please, post the video. Just post the video. Stop overthinking. Okay? Now we said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to know us? I need you to go live. And yes, you can go live and be faceless. You are not excluded from any of this if you're faceless. Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No. But it's the best way because it allows people to connect, engage, interact, and it allows you to promote your products. Now, some of you are headed, and you're going to say, Jazz, that's great, but I don't like to live. I'm going to say, fine, don't. I told you, I'm not going to try to convince you of anything. If you don't want to go live, then don't. But let me just remind you that you also said you didn't want to go to work. It amazes me how many people are willing to bust their ass at their job to build someone else's business. But they absolutely refuse to put in work to build wealth for themselves. Excuse me. I need you to go live. Ladies, you see people on apps all day, all night, selling. Especially on TikTok. Selling out. So please, do yourself a favor and go live. Now some of y'all are like, well, Jazz, I would go live. I'm not against it, but I'm just a little live shy. Well, that's different. Listen, if you're live shy, it's only because you don't have enough experience doing it. Maybe you went live once 6 months ago, but you've never been consistent. We've been on this live for 102 minutes. You're still here. That is because you trust what I'm saying to be true. Otherwise, you would have left. So, I need you to trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy. I can make this up. But the only way through it is to do it. Go live. Okay? Everything that you do over and over again, you always get better at it. You did not always know how to walk. Now you walk just fine. How? Because you did it consistently. You didn't always know how to read it. Now you do it just fine. How? Because you do it consistently. You didn't always know how to drive. Now you drive just fine. How? You do it consistently. So just imagine if you live consistently. We have to walk the walk. Yes, absolutely. We got to execute. We got to do it. So we said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay, well, how do we get people to trust us? Okay. There is a reason why I'm telling you to post consistently. And no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you're living under a rock, but most people work very hard for their money. You work hard, I work hard. We're all out here working hard. If you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, you are going to have to be trustworthy, which means you have to be consistent. Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product, sit this out, take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you. Okay? First, what we're going to do is we got to remove the ego and the pride. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything already and there's nothing to improve in your life. So fine, keep thinking that. I'm not going to do otherwise. Whatever. For those of you guys who can remove the ego and the pride, and you recognize that there's room for growth, I'm talking to you. First, we're going to go to our profile and we're going to ask ourselves some questions. We have to be honest. Write this down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget it. Now ask yourself, is it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? I also need you to ask yourself this, be honest. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because you have the power to fix it. Just fix it. Make it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people so people know what they're getting into when they decide to watch your content. That is the beauty of life, ladies. That's the beauty of business and everything that we've talked about so far on this. Anything, and I literally mean anything, that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it. You just choose not to. That's a choice that you make daily. I already recognize that I am not the coach or the mentor for everybody. Because believe it or not, most people don't really want help. They just want someone to listen and to validate them. They don't really want solutions. I'm not here for that. I want that. Because not only am I going to listen to your problem, I'm also going to tell you how to fix it so that it's no longer a problem. You choose not to fix it. If you are live shy, fix it. I already told you how. Go live consistently, and you won't be live shy for long. But some of y'all already know that because you've already been on this live. But you're still not doing it because you choose not to. If you lack confidence in yourself, fix it. I already told you how. Keep the promises that you make to yourself. If you tell yourself you're going to do it, then do it. Some of y'all already know that because you've already been on live before, but you're still not doing it because you choose not to. See, this is a choice. You make choices. A lot of times, we live in a trapped mindset. And you've been living in this trapped mindset for so long that a lot of times you don't even realize that you have a trapped mindset. And you believe that how things are today is how it's going to always be, and there's nothing that you can do to fix it. In other words, you feel powerless. But what if I told you that's not true? You are not trapped. You are never trapped. I used to feel trapped too. And I had been feeling trapped for so long that I convinced myself that I was trapped. Remember I told you I felt trapped at that 9 to 5 that I had. Failing to realize I was never trapped. I was not trapped then. I convinced myself that I was. I could have left. I could have moved back at home with my mom. But I didn't want to. Why? Because I got comfortable. I liked having my own place. I could have quit that job and just got 3 part-time jobs. But I didn't want to do that. Why? Because I got comfortable with being able to say I make $60K a year. I have my dream job. I get Mondays, Fridays off. I have weekends and holidays off. I got comfortable with the status quo. I could have let the bank repossess the car that I couldn't afford and just rebuilt my credit later. Why didn't I do that? Because I got comfortable with having a brand new car. I didn't want to do the one thing that would have changed my whole life, which was leave. Because I was comfortable being trapped. I was comfortable with being miserable. I was never trapped. Some of y'all think that you can't fix it because you don't have enough information yet to fix it. And you believe that if you just watch more videos and watch more TikTok lives and you'll have more information and then you'll be able to fix it later. But what if I told you you're not lacking information? That is not your problem. Because let's be real, you are on social media all day long. You've already archived all the posts. You have watched all of the coaches. You have notebook after notebook full of notes. You're not lacking information. You are lacking implementation, meaning you don't execute shit, which is why I made the keyword of this line, execution, because you're not doing that. You are the woman who constantly talks about what she's going to do, but you never just do it. You are the woman who makes excuse after excuse as to why it can't get done. You are the woman who always talks about tomorrows and Mondays and New Year resets. No, you don't execute. You allow time to pass by. And my question is, how much longer are we going to keep doing that? Because you are doing all of the things except the one thing that will change your life, which is start. You're not starting. You haven't started. You started for 2 hours and gave up. You started 6 months ago and ain't touched it since. You don't execute anything. You just waste time. And you know what's crazy? I'm going to tell you what's crazy. What's crazy is, as a society, we have become so entitled. And now you feel entitled to time. And you have convinced yourself that you have all the time in the world, failing to realize tomorrow is not guaranteed. Who told you that she'll even be here 6 months? How do you know that? I'm just curious. How do you know that you have 5 more years? Who told you that? You are not entitled to time. And instead of you living every day that you have to the fullest, you choose to waste your precious time. Time is your most valuable asset. It's not money. Some of y'all think it's money. No. You can always make more money. You will never get time back. So all of 2025 wasted making excuses and procrastinating, talking about what you can't do and caring what other people think, all that time that you wasted, that is gone. You will get none of it back. And I don't even have to convince you of this, because you can see this yourself in your own life. Be honest. How many times a day do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it is already 8:35 a.m. Wow, I cannot believe it is already Saturday. Wow, I cannot believe it is already 2026. January is almost over. I cannot believe I am already 35 years old, or whatever age you are. Insert that. If you're anything like me, you do that all day. And you still choose to waste your time. You waste your time with people who don't respect you, who don't support you. You waste your time watching Netflix and Hulu. You waste your time scrolling on social media. You waste your time living vicariously through other people. How much longer are you going to keep doing that? Because you are getting older. The time is now. The time to execute is now. In order to fix the things in your life that you're not happy with, it is going to require you to change. You are going to have to change, because there are things about you that do not align with who you want to become. See, the version of you who's confident in herself, who loves herself, who sticks to the promises that she makes, who's building her business and doesn't care what people think, who has boundaries and standards for her life, she is already within you, okay? She's already there, but she's buried under the fear, the limiting the beliefs, the I can't, the I'm not good enough, the excuses. And until you change things about yourself, you will never become that version. You are holding yourself back. This is all you. Self-sabotage. We talked about that earlier. That's what you do every day. You are going to have to change. You don't have a choice. You can't step into entrepreneurship and be inconsistent. You cannot step into entrepreneurship being insecure as hell. It's not gonna work. You already know that because you're still not pushing out content. That's gotta change. You have to change. One of the toughest pills that I had to swallow on my own journey. This is tough. This is gonna bruise your little ego. But the truth is the truth. Your life and the direction that it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices you make. So, for those of you guys struggling financially, your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. I didn't want to accept that. See, I thought the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck was because I was working a 9 to 5 that just didn't pay me enough money. And I figured that if I just made more, the problem would just fix itself. Ladies, let me tell you this about life. Things don't just fix themselves. Your problems just get worse. I had poor spending habits. I had that 9 to 5. I always lived above my means. And all I did was carry those poor spending habits into entrepreneurship. I just had more money to blow through. And month after month, I was still overdrawn. I never used to understand how people can make so much money and be so broke until I lived it. I became one of those people. And the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck, even though I'm making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, is because I had no financial literacy. I had no discipline. Whatever I wanted, I bought. I never stuck to the plan of the budget. And month after month, I was going to continue to run into the same problem until I fixed it. My finances were a direct reflection of the choices that I made. I had to fix it. Now, some of y'all might be like, Jazz, I hear you. You're right. But I already did the math 50 times, and the math is still not mathing. I really don't make enough money. Okay. But I'm going to tell you this. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices you make. Let me tell you why. Ladies, times have been hard. This didn't happen last night. Food prices, rent prices, gas prices have been on the rise for years. And every day, you choose to do nothing about it. You could have launched that ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. Thank you. You could have started that YouTube channel 4 months ago. It would be monetized today. You could have started that TikTok account last month. You would be building your community today. But every day, you choose not to. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to tell yourself what you can't do and what's not going to work. You choose to do all of the things except the one thing that'll change your entire life, which is start. You won't even start. That has to change. Look, I'm not perfect at all. The version of me that y'all see today is a direct reflection of the changes that I have made. I'm nothing like who I used to be like, at all. I lost 100 pounds, and I've kept it off for 3 years so far. I just changed what I ate and exercised. I used to be full of excuses too. I was the queen of excuses. I had an excuse as to why I couldn't do something. That had to change. I used to procrastinate. My motto was, why do today what I can put tomorrow? In other words, I'll just start later. But later never showed up. Later was non-existent. That had to change. I used to be my biggest bully. I know a lot of y'all can relate to this. I used to always say negative and nasty things to myself. You know, I used to call myself stupid on an hourly basis, and then I would joke about how stupid I was to other people, thinking that was funny and cute. That's not funny. That's not cute. That's what I used to do. How could I be a successful entrepreneur when I keep telling myself I'm stupid and I suck at this and I'm never going to get any better? How could I do that? I couldn't. That had to change. Ladies, the things you think inside is what's going on in your life. So if you have chaos going on in your head, I know for a fact your life is very chaotic. I already know, and I don't have to know you to know that. If you talk to yourself crazy in your head, I know for a fact you got people in your personal life who are disrespecting the hell out because you disrespect yourself. Your internal world always reflects your external. That is going to have to change. The way you talk to yourself is horrible. Stop. It's not getting you anywhere. I used to distract too. Yeah, lots of distractions. The biggest distraction that I struggled with was alcohol abuse. And I told you I started that toxic ass habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that when I quit the job, the alcohol abuse would just went away and fixed itself. No, it actually got worse. Ladies, your problems do not fix themselves. They get worse until you fix it. See, at least when I was at work, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work. Well, I quit during COVID. Everything is shut down. I have nothing but time to distract. See, I quit my job on a whim. I didn't have any money saved up. I had been there for 6 years. I had just bought a house, by the way. Wasn't even house for a whole year yet before I quit. But I was fed up. I've been there for 6 years. I was turning 30 in a few months. I was like, you know what? I'm not bringing this crap into my 30s. I quit. I put in my 2-week notice. I was done. And I also believe God told me time to quit was now. And I stepped with that. And the plan was I was going to live off of my stimulus for a few months, grow my business, and then my business could take over from there. Now, I don't have any kids, so my stimulus check wasn't that big. I had about $2,000 to my name. That wasn't going to get me far at all, but it was something. Figured I could make some payment arrangements, kind of borrow time, and it'll just all work out. That was the plan. So I'm at home doing all the things that you probably do, trying to make it all make sense. Creation, digital products, monetization. I'm watching all the YouTube videos, saving and archiving, watching the TikTok lives, but it's not working. Nobody's watching my videos, nobody's subscribing or following, and no one's buying my stuff. See, I convinced myself that I was being productive and doing everything I'm supposed to do, but that was a lie. The worst lies are the lies you tell, because I was always drunk. So I wasn't posting consistently, was not going live, I was not doing what I was supposed to do. And at the time, I had a very fragile ego. Yeah, I thought I knew everything. And it's never Jasmine's fault. No, me? Absolutely not. So I started blaming the algorithm, because it's not me. So it has to be something outside of me. The algorithm's not pushing my content. It doesn't like me. How can I get people to buy my stuff if it doesn't even show my videos to people? It was always everybody else. It was never me. And then I'm getting pissed off at God because you told me to quit. I quit my job and I'm running out of money. I already made a payment arrangement with the lights. If I don't pay the light bill on the time that we set, they will cut the lights off. I already missed one mortgage payment. If I miss another, they're going to try to foreclose on a house that I just bought. I'm stressed. I'm panicked. I'm freaking out. I'm mad. I didn't want to admit to myself that I'm the reason why. I didn't want to admit to myself that I had an alcohol problem. I didn't want to say that out loud. I felt embarrassed, shame. So I just continued to lie to myself. I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Because see, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So even though I'm drunk all day, as long as I don't start my day with liquor, then I don't have a problem. So there's nothing to talk about. What? The worst lie are the lies you tell yourself. But you get to a point where you can't keep running from yourself. Because eventually, you're gonna hit a brick wall. And eventually, God is gonna make you listen. I believe that God is within you. So I have God within me. You have God within you. So he's not at the church. He's within you. So the ideas that you get, those are seeds that God plants. That intuition, that gut that you feel, that's God trying to tell you something. And one thing I noticed about us is we don't really like to listen to God. We say we do. It sounds good in conversation, it sounds good on paper, but I'm a big advocate and actions speak louder than words. And our actions show that we don't really like to listen. And most of us do our best to avoid listening to God. If that's not true, let me ask you this. How many ideas did you have last year that you didn't even try? If true, let me ask you this. How many times have you gone against your gut feeling just to find out later you were right all along? We never like to listen. We never listen. But eventually, he is going to make you listen. I'll never forget. I was sitting on my bed, crying. Yeah, I had my drink in my hand. And I was stressed. I thought I was about to lose my house. I said, God, they're about to take my house. My house. And he asked me, he said, Jazz, what are you doing? You have been begging me for a business for years, which is true. I had been. He said the opportunity is literally right in front of you. And you are waiting. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep doing what you've been doing? Or are you going to fix it? Are you going to change? I decided to fix it. I decided to change. I decided to stop drinking. Haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. I am done. But since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. I started really being productive. My platform started growing. I started making sales, all because I decided to change. I started to feel good about myself. Never felt that before. I started to say nice things to myself. I started to believe in myself. I started to have confidence in myself, all because I decided to change. Ladies, what a lot of us don't realize, and what I didn't realize back then, was this. In order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. In order to get something, you have to give something up. You cannot have both. In order for me to get the business that I dreamed of, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up fear. I had to give up self-talk. I had to give up limiting beliefs. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. God gave me everything I asked for and more. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60K a year to replace the job. But I even started negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you could just help me make $45K, I'll make it work. I'll cut the cable off. Just help me get out of this job. God gave me 6 figures. I asked God for 10K Instagram followers. I thought that'd be pretty cool. I don't even know 10 people. God gave me 110,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for 5K YouTube subscribers. So that'd be cool. God gave me 30,000 YouTube subscribers. All because I decided to change. See, who I was back then didn't align with who I wanted to become. See, this version that y'all see today, the woman who shows up confidently, who loves herself, puts herself first without feeling bad, who follows through with the things that she says, who's running her business and not caring what people think, who has standards and boundaries for her life. This version of me was always within the other version, but the problem was it was buried under fear. It was buried under procrastination. It was buried under limiting beliefs. And I was never going to become this version until I changed who I was. See, we delay our own blessings because God already has our blessings for us. He designed you for them. But the problem is, He gives us free will. So you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Knock yourself out. But He will not give you the blessings that He has for you until you change, until you become obedient. So if you want to drag your blessing out for 5 more years, go right ahead. He'll let you. You want to drag it out 20 years? Go ahead. He'll let you. Some people never get them because they refuse to change. So you always have a choice. Once He does give you the blessings, girl, your life transforms forever. And you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe change is hard. Okay. Maybe it is. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Crying all the time because you are so unhappy right now is hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. Knowing that you're meant for more and not even living it is hard. I've been there, done that. I know. Not having confidence in yourself, not even believing that you're worthy of wealth, success, happiness. That's hard. I've been there. I've done that. I know. I live both hearts. And I always choose this one. Because at least this heart comes with peace. This heart comes with purpose. This heart comes with freedom. This heart comes with confidence. This heart comes with income. Ladies, you can be anything you want to do. Anything you want to do, you can do. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. God does not plant seeds in environments that cause them. But in order for you to bring that idea to life, in order for you to live that dream life that you've always wanted, you are going to have to change. Because who you are today does not align with that. The things you have going on in this pretty head of yours is holding you back. And it is stealing your happiness from you. We gotta change. We gotta fix it. For those of you guys who want to change, and I want to help you, but I can only help people who want it. So if you don't want to change, then fine. If you are 1000% happy with your life, then just keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you are not 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going, and you want to change it, then I want to help you. See, inside Skool Academy, I'm going to teach you how to run your online business. Everything you want is inside Skool Academy. You want to monetize your platforms, monetize your YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, fine, I'll teach you. All my platforms are monetized. It's in there. You want to sell on TikTok and YouTube Live, how I do, how my students do, and how thousands of other creators do? Fine, I will teach you. It is all inside Skool Academy. You want to sell your ebook or e-course, maybe you want to do a private community, fine. Whatever your heart desires, we will build this together. All inside Skool Academy. But not only are we going to build your online business from scratch, we're also going to build you. We're going to build your confidence together. We're going to build your discipline together. We're going to build your consistency together. Together, we're going to let go of the fear. Together, we're going to let go of the limiting beliefs. Together, you are going to finally become the woman that you've always wanted to become. The one who not only starts, but follows through. Inside Skool, we're going to build your business. But we're all going to build your mindset. And some of y'all want to say, Jazz, no, it's not my mindset. It's not. I just don't have enough information. I could tell you exactly how to monetize your YouTube channel in 4 months, how I have done on both of my channels, and how my students have done. But you're not going to do it because you don't even believe you're worthy of success. I could tell you exactly how to make money on live, like how I do, how my students do, but you're not going to do it because you don't even believe that you can, and you care too much about what people think. That's the problem. We got to fix you, because you are holding you back, and you know it. That's why you're here. So let this be the day that we fix it. Let this be the day that we change together. Now, before I let you join Glow Up Academy, a couple of things. Number one, believe it or not everybody has the same path, okay? Some people have a product, no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas, but we gotta lock in on. And I told you guys earlier, money flows where energy goes, and some of you guys spread yourself way too thin. You got 50 ideas, and you're trying to do all of them. No. We're going to pick your favorite, and we're gonna build that. And then once that is growing, then we'll reach into the pile and build something else. Some of you guys have no clue as to what you want to build, and that's fine. We will figure it out together. No matter where you're at, I can help you. I have just noticed for myself, allowing more than 10 people in at one time overwhelms me, because I want to make sure I'm able to pour into you the way that you deserve. So that's why I cap it at 10. And once we reach 10 new members, then I take the link down and you cannot join until I'm ready to accept more people. Something else. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. I told you guys, I only want to help people who want it. I can't force change upon you, and I'm not willing to. The women who know that they're tired of their own BS, and they know that they have to change, those are the women that I'm here to serve, okay? Because you already know who you are. So when the timer starts, just move. Don't do all that. Just move, okay? One last thing. Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're in forever. So you will always have access to our Thursday coaches. You will always have access to our Sunday resets, which are our book clubs. You will always have access to our new member activations, which are Tuesdays. So there's always something going on every single week inside of Glow Up Academy. You always have access to all those things. You also always have access to everything that I add in there on a monthly basis, on top of what's already in there, okay? So because it's lifetime access, I typically sell it for $5.97 lifetime, and women buy it. 2 joined this morning. Word is getting out. But because you guys sat here, you were present, you took notes, you asked questions, and you promised me that you were going to execute, I'm going to take the price down. Okay? I will leave the price down for 10 minutes. You can use Afterpay or Klarna and still break the payment up so you can get it on the discount. And once that timer goes off, we are done. Do not wait. Just move. Okay? I will take the price down to $249 lifetime access. Once you join, do not leave my live until you confirm to me that you received your emails. Okay? Sometimes you guys misspell the email, and I want to make sure that you got everything and that you are inside Glow Up Academy like you are supposed to be. So I need you to confirm, Jazz, I emailed, or Jazz, I did not. If you did not get the email, that's because it was a spelling mistake, and no worries, we'll fix it here on this live. Okay? So do not leave off of my live until you confirm you got your email. All right? I'm going to start with TikTok and showing TikTok how to join. I will show YouTube. YouTube, your instructions are a little bit different. So just hang out a second. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Now this TikTok right here, this is my main one. This is my backup. So the profile does not look like this, but the link is still the same. Okay? You're going to click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then you're going to click this red button that says open. Oh, 1 second. I'll check in a second. You're going to click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are. It is marked down to $249. Become the woman who actually follows through. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. This is what I mean. Please make sure the autocorrect does not get you. You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up, and then click down here where it says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds, you should be receiving that very first email from Stan. If you do not, that is because there was a spelling mistake. But no worries, we will take care of it here. That is why I'm telling you, do not leave my live until you confirm to me that you received everything. Okay? YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you have to leave the live. You're going to come to my YouTube channel and click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. And then here we are. Become the woman who follows through. Same thing. Just mark down to 249. Scroll down. Feel free to read all of my reviews. I don't mind. Enter your name. Quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay and Klarna and break it up. And then click Start My Glow Up. Okay? All right. I'll check in 1 second. For those of you guys who are joining, just give me 1 more second. And I'm going to start making sure you are where you need to be. Now, once you guys are inside, I respond to all of my students. Okay? Let me pull it up so you guys can see. Once you guys are inside, I want you guys to go to this icon. This is an inbox icon, and you will see a message here. It says 1, an icon message. I need you to click on that because I messaged you. I need you to respond to my message because I don't know what I'm helping if you don't tell me. I want to know, what are you struggling with? What have you tried? What have you not? I need to know everything. So please make sure you respond to my message. Even if you respond right now, if you're joining quickly because you want the sale and you got to come back later, before you go to bed, I want you to check your messages and please respond to mine so that we can make sure that we're fixing it. I want to know how I can help you. Okay? Now, once you're waiting, or once you're inside, I want you guys to click on where it says Classroom, right here at the top. As soon as I get off of live, I hop right in and I'm going to start responding to all of my students. But while you're waiting for me, I want you to click right here where it says Start Here, Welcome and Orientation. Okay? I have a 7-day orientation for you, okay? And I want you to do the homework assignments for every day. Now, the videos are very short and to the point, and the homework assignments are getting you closer to your goals. The reason why I do this is because, ladies, I already know that you can do whatever you put your mind to. But I need you to know that. And the problem is a lot of you don't. So we have to start building proof for ourselves that we can start something and finish it. That's how we build our confidence, okay? And that's what we're going to do here, because it's your confidence that's going to get you into creating your products and selling your products and creating your content. It's your confidence that's going to help you be more consistent, because now you believe that you're worthy of consistency. It all starts with our confidence. So please, make sure that you do this. I also have checkpoints where you're supposed to be messaging me and telling me what you know, okay? I'm very active, yes. And I expect you to do it. Now, once you're inside of the classroom, once you're inside, the beauty of Glow Up Academy is you choose your path. Not everybody's path looks the same. You're ready to start working on your business and building your business, then go to the Business Building Vault. I walk you guys through how to use Canva. I show you guys all the cool things that you can customize, how to use ChatGPT, how to upload it to your hosting site, how to price, everything. Okay? I also walk you guys through how to set up your LLC and S Corp, your C Corp, whatever you want to file, and how to build your business credit. Now, maybe you have a product, but you're struggling to make sales. Fine. Go to the Marketing Mastery Vault. I walk you guys through how to create content to get people to listen to your videos and then to buy your products. Okay? Now, maybe you want to work on your mindset. You're struggling with limiting beliefs. You don't have confidence. You don't have discipline. You want to fix all of these things. Go to the Mindset Vault. Okay? Maybe you want to grow your YouTube Vault. You want to grow your TikTok or your Instagram Vault, TikTok Vault. Okay? Maybe you want to be faceless. Fine. Go to your Faceless Vault. This year in 2026, you want to prioritize yourself. You never put yourself first. You want to start doing self-care and start loving on yourself. Fine, go to the self-care vault. Maybe you're healing from a toxic relationship, friendship, familial shit. Go to the healing vault, okay? And maybe you want to work on manifestation. How do you manifest the proper way? Manifestation vault, okay? So you choose your path. There's no right or wrong answer. You choose what you want to work on, okay? And then you come to our Thursday calls. Okay? All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to set the timer I have a couple people who joined. Please hang tight while I make sure you guys got your emails. Okay, the timer has started. All right, let's see. Amber, can you check your email for me, please, and let me know that you got it. Christy. Can you check your email for me? Let me know you received it. Reba. Can you check your email for me? I'm not sure which lives you guys are on. I need you guys to confirm that you received your emails. Yes. All right, let me show you guys how to join again. TikTok, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Come to my profile and then click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then you can click on this top button, or this red button that says open. And then you will click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy, Lifetime Access, okay? And then YouTube, YouTube, you have to leave the live. You're gonna come to my channel and click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on this top button that says Glow Up Academy, Lifetime Access. And then here we become the woman who actually follows through, okay? So that is how you guys join. I am waiting on 3 ladies to let me know they received their email. For my ladies on this live who are on the fence, you know you want help, you know that I can help you. Let me tell you this. The reason why you're still here is because I was able to speak life into you in some way, shape, or form. I was able to resonate with you and connect with you. Otherwise, you would have left, right? Well, what I want you to know is this. Once I end live, my voice begins to fade and life continues. And all of the things that I was able to spark inside of you are going to start to fizzle out. Don't allow this to be the end of the connection. There's nothing that you can't do. And deep down inside, you know that because you could be anywhere on the internet, but you chose to be here. So let's fix it. Let's finally change. And the beauty of Glow Up Academy is we fix it together, okay? Okay. I'm still waiting on multiple people to let me know they received their emails. Yeah, so it's a one-time. Glow Up Academy is lifetime access. So once you're in forever. That's why I want to confirm that you received your email and you're where you're supposed to be. I don't know what your email is supposed to be. That's why I need you guys to let me know that you got it because you could have misspelt it. Okay? Let me check for you. Also, too, if you clicked on the website but then you didn't, you kind of like left it and then you come back, I need you to make sure you refresh it because they're trying to prevent fraud and scam. So if you don't refresh it and you just follow through with purchase, it's not going to go through. It's not going to go through because you let the browser sit up too long. So you have to refresh the page and then you put in everything. Okay, it's trying to prevent frauds and scams. So please make sure you are doing that. If you did not get that email from Stan within 30 seconds, that was because there was a spelling mistake. Still waiting on Reba, and I am still waiting on, oh wait. Ashley, can you check your email for me and let me know that you received that, please? Okay, so we have a few minutes. We have 8 minutes and then we're closing it out. Yes, come on, come on, come on. I am deserving of joy, success, and love. I am deserving of joy, success, and love. This is a confidence thing. This is a confidence thing. Ladies, you've already archived the lives. You have saved the videos. Change comes from doing, not watching. Not watching. It does not come from watching. And some of you guys are repeat watchers, and I'm glad you are back. But honestly, if you want me to be honest and keep it a buck with you, I would rather you be working on your business than watching me. Because the time that you claim you don't have, you could be working on your business. You're still watching. You're not moving. That's not getting us anywhere. If you don't want to join Glow Up Academy, fine, but then why are you not doing the things that we talked about since you're so limited on time? That's the excuse you use. Because there's stuff going on in this mindset of yours that we have to fix. And maybe you don't really want to fix it. That's unfortunate. I'm capable of achieving my dreams. I am capable of achieving my dreams. Absolutely. If you even thought the thoughts, that is because you can. God does not give ideas to people who can't do them. I am confident in the decisions that I make. I am confident in the decisions that I make. Yes, you got yourself this far. Obviously you know how to do something right. You'll be 6 feet under. So you know how to make a decision here or there. Okay? Don't be, I don't know how to make the decisions. That's not true. That's not true, because you could be 6 feet under right now, but you're not. So you done made the right decision. So I need you to start trusting yourself with your decision-making process. Stop telling yourself what you're not good at. That doesn't get you anywhere. Let me check. Crystal with a K, can you check your email for me? You guys, we have 3 slots left and we are closing it out. We have 3 slots left and we are closing us out for the morning. Okay. Reba, I still need you to confirm to me that you got your email, please. Ladies, y'all know how we roll. Y'all know I don't like not knowing and confirming that you got, because I don't know what your email's supposed to be. The only time I know that there was a spelling mistake is you misspelled like Gmail. One time, a lady, she spelled it Gmail, so I caught that because obviously it's not how you spell Gmail, right? But other than that, I'm not going to be able to know if you misspelled it. So then, I don't know if you got it or not. That's why I need you to confirm on this live. Okay? Let's see. I am strong, capable, resilient. I am strong, capable, and resilient. Amen, amen. Yes, come on. We got 3 minutes left and we're closing it out. You're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice, come to my profile and click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. Same thing, click on my profile, Glow Up Lounge HQ. And you click on this red button that says open. And you click on the top button that says Glow Up Academy, lifetime access, okay? YouTube, same thing. Leave the live. You're gonna come to my channel. Click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click on the top button that says Glow Up Academy, lifetime access. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. It is only $249 and you can use After Pay or Klarna, okay? And I don't want to hear I can't avoid it. That's not true because you got Chick-fil-A. Don't even. I told you. We don't do excuses on my live. Take them excuses somewhere else. Not my live. No ma'am, no sir. Because you're on Temu, you're on Shein, you're on TikTok Shop. Don't play with me, okay? All right, very good. All right, we're going to close it out. For those of you guys who I am hopping in now, for those of you guys who didn't, that was your choice. But do not be confused as to why things are not changing. You refuse to change them. Glow Up Academy is the space where you can change them with me and we'll fix it together. You opted not to, that's fine. You're doing what you're doing. For those of y'all who joined, I'm hopping in now. You'll see me in a few minutes. For those of you guys who didn't, have an amazing Saturday. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Also, make sure y'all follow me. They do steal my videos and make fake accounts. And then they're going to turn around and message you. So please do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikToks, okay? All right. Bye, TikTok number 2. Bye, YouTube. And bye.